Can I shoot respectable groups over 50 meters using my NP02 Kral in .22 caliber PCP rifle, unregulated, using everything that I've learned so far in the last couple of months? That's the question. Yeah, I made that really difficult for myself. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new here. My name's Ads, and a couple of months ago I picked up this budget rifle. There are videos about it all over my channel, so feel free to go back and have a look at any of those, with a view to taking a few rats, maybe getting a bit better and shooting a couple of rabbits. And in doing that, I've actually developed a bit of an obsession with trying to get better at shooting over distance. So the point of today's video is, can I shoot respectable groups over 50 meters? When I say respectable, I don't mean tight groups. I'm not overstepping myself to start with. When I finished recording the last video, because I was at the range, I thought I'd try out a new piece of kit that I'd been sent by a company called One Leaf. It's an NV500 digital day and night scope. Now, just as a side note, I don't really think that One Leaf took into account just how much of a beginner I am. So I thought I'd get my head around it a little bit, and I thought I'd do a little bit of trying to zero it and try and work out the ballistics calculator and try and figure out a couple of little bits and pieces about it. In doing that, I very roughly got it dialed in. And over 50 meters, I was just hitting everything. I was hitting the spinners every single time. Now, that's incredible. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't feel like I'd achieved anything, if that makes any sense, because it puts a dot where you need to shoot. There was no thinking involved. That's not to say that I'm running the NV500 down. Please don't think I am. When it comes to hunting and shooting rabbits and shooting prey, I think it's going to come into its own, and I'm going to absolutely value it 100%. If you can guarantee a kill shot when you're trying to shoot food, why wouldn't you? So it's going to come into its own there. But when it comes to the range, I'm kind of more interested in shooting through standard optics, because I think there's a little bit more. I think that's where the buzz is for me, is actually achieving that. So today, what I'm going to do, zero at 25 meters, make sure that that's all right, and then I'm going to go straight to 50 meters, and we're just going to play about with that for a bit. Hope you don't mind. That's what we're going to do, so I hope you don't mind. I'm going to try and get more of the rifle in, because I really want to try and put into practice some of the things that I've been hearing in my comments, and the comment section's fantastic, and I massively respect everybody who leaves comments and gives me advice. It's constructive criticism, all of that is brilliant. I absolutely love it. First point is to just chill out, get relaxed, and sit nicely at the gun. So what I've got here is, I think that this is supposed to go at the front, but I found actually, just messing around this morning, that this is actually hugging this bag like this. Gives me a real stable platform. Make sure I've got my breathing in check as well. These are the things that I'm going to be concentrating on today. Most importantly, the trigger. I'm going to try and get the fundamentals down today. And I'll put some targets up. Let's go put some targets up. Buzzing. This is one of those full disclosure moments. I was actually up here the other day trying to record this video, or trying to record a video, and I had a lot going on, so my head wasn't really on it. So messed around a little bit, just shot anyway while I was here, just took advantage of being at the range and did some shooting anyway, and actually ended up shooting my other GoPro, which as you can appreciate wasn't the most ideal thing in the world. Let's hope I don't shoot it again. Ooh, cold. So even just doing that bit there means you've got to take a minute, catch your breath. It's all things I've learned in my comments. Don't rush stuff. Right, I've taken a bit of time, chilled out a little bit. I'm just going to make sure, I don't know what my zero's doing today. It's very cold. I don't know if that's going to affect air or anything. So I'm just going to shoot the bottom target a sec. Okay. Right, I'm going to go for the top target now. What you can take away from that is the second half is a lot better, and they're not the tightest groups in the world, but this is in the hands of a beginner, and I am happy with that. You can't blame the rifle for any of that, by the way. Anything that was a little bit squirrely there, completely me. That said, that bit's out of the way, so let's push it out to 50 now, I think. I think it'll be fun. Shall we do that? Let's do that. Let's do that. Right, camera's on. First off, I'm going to shoot the top left splatter target. Not a bloody hope, was there? Right. So I mean, I've never attempted grouping over this distance. Now that I've got my eye in and figured out where the pellet was going and I know which mill dot I'm looking at, I've sort of got the same point of aim with different points of impact. Now, I'm going to do that again on another splatter target and see whether or not it's me. I'm going to try a bit more control on the trigger. I'm just going to be a little bit more mindful of what I'm doing and see if I can actually tighten any of that up, or whether or not it could be the pellets over that distance. It could be the rifle over that distance. If I can take all of my little mitigating circumstances out, maybe, just maybe, left-hand bottom splatter target. I'm going to keep going with it a sec. Don't get me wrong, from my perspective, from a beginner's perspective, from me, personally, the fact I'm just hitting the bloody targets is amazing. But I'm just trying to work something out a second. I'm going to keep going with this magazine a minute. I don't know where all of those went. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm normally quite self-deprecating and I'm like, oh, this is my fault, that's my fault. But I'm definitely way more stable on the board, way more stable on the crosshairs, and my point of aim hasn't really changed. I don't know that I can blame the pellets. I don't know. I think what might happen here, I think we might be forced into a situation, I'm going to do it anyway, of an accidental pellet test. I've got some Barracuda 15s, and they are 15.89 grains, the same as the Jumbos. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention earlier, I'm using I'm using the JSB Exacts, the 15.89 grain. Now, I bought some Barracuda 15s the other day, and they were, I've played about with them, and they seem to be good over the 25 metres. I haven't tried them over 50, but I'm starting to, now that I've looked at that, please don't get me wrong, I'm over the moon. Over the moon. But as with most of the things that I do in this whole entire hobby, it just opens up another load of questions for me. So now what I'm wondering is, could it be the pellets? Could it be the accuracy of the pellet over that distance? Because I'd love to say it's my fault. I'd love to blame myself. I'd love to say this is all me, it's all blah, blah, blah. Perhaps it is, some of it might be. But I'm definitely aiming in exactly the same place. I'm definitely chilling out a lot more with my breathing and things like that. Maybe it's just the fact that I need a lot more practice, which we all know is true anyway, but maybe it's the pellet. These are the same weight, exactly the same weight, same everything. This is probably a good time to say that I would love to show you some chronograph information on all of this. Unfortunately, I don't know if you saw, but a couple of videos ago, or in the last video that I made, I might have shot Darren's chronograph just a little bit. So I don't know if these are going to have any different, how they're going to perform chronograph-wise. I know that these are pretty good over 25 metres. I didn't think I had a problem with them. But just give me a sec, because what I'm going to do is just give myself a rough idea to see whether or not they are roughly in the same area. So what I'll do is I'll shoot the splatter target on exactly the same mil dot as I did with the JSBs. Nope. Nope. So let's see if I can figure out where these ones are flying to. For anybody thinking it might be the air, by the way, I've tethered it, but I didn't want to show that because for some reason I think YouTube's got a problem with doing that sort of thing. Maybe, just maybe, the JSBs were better over this distance then. I'll tell you what I could try. Try some 18.13s. So these are the JSB again, but these are JSB 18.13. Didn't expect this to turn into an accidental pellet test. Right, so let's see if I can get some consistency with these heavier ones a second. It's not bad. I mean, especially for me, they're all going in the right direction. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I'll do another magazine of that onto the actual targets themselves, not the splatter targets. And then I'll do a magazine of the 15.8 JSBs. And then I'll do a magazine of the Barracudas 15s. And then I'll do a magazine of Hades, I think, just as a matter of course, just to see what happens. Hopefully we'll get a bit of an idea. I don't know that it's solely me. I'd love to say that it's just me. Some of it is, obviously, but it's a lot of fun figuring it out though, isn't it? Maybe not for you, but it definitely is for me. Okay, so 10 shots into the top left target. You shot the wrong target. I completely shot the wrong target. So there'll be 9 ones on this one. Oh my days. I can't tell whether or not that went well or not because I can't really see what's gone on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and have a look at the targets now, maybe put another one up. What I might do is put a target up reversed because I can't see very well with the white and all of those bits. I think, I got to be honest, I think I'm beating myself up a little bit too much. It's not that bad. When I came in with the intention of doing this, I was genuinely just hoping that I'd be able to hit the targets at 50 metres. So I don't know why I'm being so hard on myself. And there will be a lot of people watching it going, oh, that's rubbish grouping over that distance. But I'm still trying to figure myself out here. I don't know if I've got the air pressure right. I don't know if I've got a lot of bits and pieces. But I got to be honest, it's a lot of fun trying to figure this out over 50 metres. I can tell you that for nothing. I don't think it's going that bad. If I could shoot tighter groups, it would be great. But okay, so I'm going to go for the splatter target in the middle. Let's go with that. And I'm taking all of my time. I'm going to go gently on the trigger, pull all the way through, breathe gently, and try and just keep everything smooth and relaxed and chilled. Come on! Those targets, where are they? So those targets are that big, right? They're that big. And I don't know if all of them went in because I can't see. I think one of them definitely pipped across the top of it a little bit. But most of them went in there. That's good, isn't it? That's good. I think I'm pleased about that. I think I was giving myself a little bit of a hard time. What I'm going to do now, just to give myself a little bit of peace of mind, a little bit of a chill out, I'm going to shoot a few spinners, and I'm genuinely quite happy with that. I think the Hades definitely outshone everything else. I think that's a given, but it was an accidental pellet test. It wasn't ever supposed to be about pellet testing, so let's go. Let's have a look at some spinners here. I nudged it! Come on, I was trying not to get too carried away then. I nudged it. Come on! Oh, that's a shame. I hit it. See if I can knock it back though. Come on. That's good, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go for the other row now. If I knock both of these down now, yes! So my grouping might not be up to much. The grouping might not be ending on a high in it. So as always, it didn't turn out how I thought it was going to turn out. All in all, I'm really pleased with it. I mean, to start with, because I had my game face on, I was trying really hard to get some really tight groups. But even on the way over to the range today, I was saying to myself, if I can hit the targets and just get my eye in a little bit with it, then I'll be happy with that. So I'm not beating myself up too much about that. And those spinners at the end, to be able to hit them like that, I don't know why I can't get the groups a bit tighter if I can hit those repeatedly like that, but who cares? I hit the spinners and it was great fun. So massive thank you again to Darren for having me back at D-Range today. It's absolutely bloody freezing, but it's been absolutely bloody brilliant. 50 metres is a lot further than I gave it credit for. With a budget rifle, I've still got to try and dial in air and stuff like that and try and figure out exact sweet spots. But this is all little things that I could be tweaking over the next few videos and trying to suss stuff out. All in all, I've had a great day. All in all, I fired a ridiculous amount of pellets. It turned into an accidental pellet test, which I didn't mean to do, but there we go. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it, as always. I do have a really exciting thing happening this month at some point. It's going to be an addition to the channel and I'm really looking forward to it. I've also got that NV500 video that I'm trying to make, but I have to get some nighttime footage on it and I have to try to, it's got interchangeable lenses. There's a lot of reasons why I haven't done that video yet. It will be coming soon. Really excited about it. It's a hell of a good piece of kit. It's just quite technical. I just have to get my head around it a little bit. But any like constructive criticism, anything you like, leave it in the comments and yeah, I appreciate you. Take care. See you in the next video. Cheers and ta-da.